Okay, there we go. I see the recording's on. Welcome, everybody. This is our Saturday Impact 101 global building training call. I'd like to welcome all of our impactors, all of our guests from all over the world. Very exciting day. It's where we kind of come together as a community. We share a lot of information so that everybody can go out there and make as big of an impact in people's lives as possible. And of course, get the results that they're looking for. So we've got some great speakers for you here today. We're just going to touch on a couple things right off the bat. First off, let's talk about countries. We're a global company. We're 16 weeks old now. And guess what? We have members on our team from 145 different countries now. I mean, wake up again this morning, take a look. There's Martinique with an impactor. That's how this is spreading around the world. Everybody loves what we have. We're now in 74% of the world's countries with an impactor because people love this, they can do it, and they want to be part of such a positive movement. We had a couple updates and announcements this past week of some really powerful things that everybody can put into play for them. Here's a screenshot of our website, your replicated site. You can see, you know, first off, we've added the tickers for the Stars of the Week and the President's Cup promotion on the front of the site. What that does, that just drives the message home to people that this is a global company. When they look at this, they see that right away. You want to have your country and your name in there because then you can show people that you're part of the movement that's leading it. So that's a powerful part. We added in the languages. Now a big chunk of the front of the website and a big chunk of the back office is now you can see in Spanish, French, Russian. You just click on that language, you know, top right there, translates the site right away. We've got some other languages coming very shortly as well. It just shows when you're working with an IT company that gets it. They could have done, you know, a crappy old Google Translate on here, and nobody would have even known what they were saying. No, they did it right, and they've done this all in 16 weeks. So pretty phenomenal what's going there. It's opening the world up to us. You can reach out to people now in those languages, and we'll show you another tool quickly. While we're on this page, though, you know, want everyone to realize we updated the Timing is Everything video, the 3 Grids to Freedom plan. We also updated the What People Are Saying video down at the bottom. It's all updated on the YouTube channel, on your replicated site, on your mobile landing page. So we powered up those tools for you. Let's talk about our YouTube channel quick, and then we'll get into the training. This was another major development from about 10 days ago. Frank and Hans set up a YouTube channel. They've uploaded almost every video we have, and now you can reach out to people globally in any language in the world. They can get these videos in that subtitle. So if you go to the blue videos button in your back office, click on it, you'll see this little orange box at the top. It'll show you our YouTube channel. It'll show you how to click on it to change any video to those subtitles. This is powerful because now you can build globally. You can be part of the 24-hour receiving club. And what that means, when you've got a global team, you're waking up in the morning while you've been sleeping, your team in some other part of the world is growing and building, and they're on fire, and you wake up to emails that say, awesome news, you've got a donation. Well, there's nothing better to wake up to than that. So on that note, we're going to bring in our trainers here. Let's talk about building globally. Let's talk about how simple it is. Let's start off down in California. We've got a gal down there who's a real fireball, brings the energy. Boy, if you want to know the attitude and the ethic and what to apply here to get results, you listen to this gal. Jackie, could you come on, fill us in how you do what you do and why you're so successful?
Yes, Sean, thank you for that great introduction. My name is Jackie Allen. I'm from Los Angeles, California, sunny Los Angeles. And what I want to talk about today is playing bigger, And first of all, we are only limited by our imagination. And that's how you bring more wealth into your life. You stay in your imagination and you utilize the goals and dreams you have for yourself. Now, I want to talk briefly about that. And first of all, we have an amazing platform here. And we want to thank Frank, John, all the leaders that have put that here for us. And this amazing platform is here not only to help us, but help others as well. And sometimes you worry about whether I'm going to be able to get donations. I know a lot of new people coming in, they're so worried about it. But the first thing you want to do is stop worrying. Stop worrying and understand that everybody that's under the sound of my voice can be as successful as they choose to be. And we can all assist with what we're doing here, which is creating a new economy. We just left another training and Greg talked about shifting the wealth. There's trillions of dollars out there and all we're doing is shifting it so we can all take part in it. And what I really love about this, if you really start doing the numbers, you can generate $500,000 a month in this business if you do the work. I know that sounds like a lot, but we want to start thinking bigger because the bigger we think, the more people we can help. We have training calls all week, London, everywhere. Duncan and Colin are doing training calls. We're doing training calls here, individual groups. So you get on those training calls and you start learning from the leaders. Now, with that $500,000 a month, all that simply is cycling 4 times a week at all the levels. So if you get 2 people to get 2 people, bam, you cycle. And if you do that 4 times a week, that's $114,000. If you do it 4 times a month, 4 times a week, that's $459,000. Guys, this is bigger than you can ever imagine. All we have to do is go to work. There's people out there that need money. 7 million people are behind in their car payments. We can help those people. We have 10,000 seniors turning 65 every day in Los Angeles. We can help those people. You never know who somebody else knows. So if you put your mind to it and you go to work, you can make amazing things happen. And you know, the reason that we want to play bigger, and that's people are already doing that, but all of us want to play bigger. And that's evidence in the fact that 4,800, 2,400, and 1,200 are our top grid levels. So everybody's starting to play bigger, but if you're not, you want to get in on that bandwagon because not only can you help yourself, you can help others at the same time, okay? Now, I love this. You want whatever goals you've set for yourself, you want to take it to the next level. Just take it to the next level because your members are going to do what you do. So whatever you're doing, they're going to look and see what you're doing and they're going to do it as well. And all you have to do is think bigger. Then you start sending that energy and that information to your team. Whatever you're doing, text it, email it to your team so they can follow suit. And before we know it, not only will we be generating $4.4 million in short periods of time, we'll be creating worldwide records. And the more people that find out about us, the more people that are going to get on board, and we truly will be able to help more people. Like when Rebecca started. Rebecca, I use your story all the time, and I thank you for that. But just like I said, it's about creating wealth and playing bigger. And as you're playing bigger, Greg left us with something in our training this morning, and he was saying, he got this from Elon Musk. Imagine yourself in a room for 30 days with no money. No money. You have a computer and you have access to the internet and you must generate $5,000 or die. If we take that attitude with this business, that, you know, think about all the people you're going to be able to help if you do that. When you get up in the morning, that's what you want to be thinking. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to help some people. I'm going to help myself. I'm going to change my life. And, you know, basically just go ahead and build your global empire, but think and play bigger. I'm done.
That is so awesome. That's exactly the case, Jackie. It's all the mindset. You get zoned in on what you want. You start thinking big. People around you start thinking big, and you take off like a racehorse. You know, I know you're all about action. How important is consistent action on a daily basis, Jackie, to get you to where you want to be?
Oh my God, John, that's like one of the main key factors. You have to be consistent. You have to be persistent. And the other key is follow up. If you're following up every day, if you have so many people that you're going to be talking to, so many texts you're sending out, so many emails you're sending out, because you know I truly believe in automation. Truly believe in automation. I have my automation working for me from 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 at night every day. Okay, so if you're consistent with that, and then you have a list, you keep a calendar, always have I say a handwritten calendar, because when you write something, it brings it into fruition much faster. But you know, if you have 5 or 10 people you're going to talk to a day, if it's 25, do that daily, because like the 90-day bliss that you guys started, when you're doing that daily consistency, so nothing happens for 2 weeks. Bam, the third week, you never know what's going to happen. But as long as you're focused on something happening, you're going through setting a foundation in place, planting the seeds. And by week 2, 3, there it is. So consistency, persistency is the key. But keep in mind that you want to play bigger, because whatever you're doing on a small scale, you can do it on a grand scale if you believe in yourself. You know, when I bring somebody in and they say, well, I'm going to try to see if it's going to happen, if it's going to work, the first thing I say is, I don't want you to put any money into this if you're just going to try, because you're giving yourself the option of it not working. You come in here knowing it's going to work for you, believing it's going to work for you, and you do the work. And your leaders are there to support you.
That's excellent, Jackie. Thank you so much for sharing here today. You always have so much fire. Your team's so lucky to have you as a leader, and we feel fortunate to be able to get you on these calls and tap into that. Thank you for today, Jackie.
One more thing, John, before I go. I want to congratulate Corleen and Vanessa. They're part of our team, US #1 and #2. Thank you for that, and thank you for the support you provided, which helped them to get there. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. That is perfect. Okay, we're going to shoot over to the UK. You've heard of this gal a bunch. You've heard her story. I'll tell you, she's always hanging around that top 10 week after week. You want to talk about consistency. Last 2 weeks, she was number 11 in the Impactors for the week. This week, she's sitting at number 6. Got the story of a lifetime and just doing it, just getting it done day in and day out. You want to do what she's doing? Rebecca Barrett, why don't you come on, share what makes it all work for you?
Hello, and yeah, thank you for inviting me on.
Yep, you're very welcome.
All right. Yeah, so yeah, just thank you for inviting me on to share my story. And when I was introduced to crowdfunding by John, I was in a really bad financial situation, and I'm a single parent to 4 children under 10. My daughter's just had a birthday, so it's not 9, it's 10 now. And yeah, I was basically in a bad situation. I had no income, and I was facing losing my home. So I had to make a rent payment in 2 days time, and I didn't have enough to do that. And I knew that if I didn't pay it on time, or couldn't pay it at all, that I was going to be told that I had to move. So at that point, I was like really quite stressed. It was a horrible situation to be in. John reached out to me, and he explained to me what he was doing and shared the platform. So I got involved, and I immediately started sharing the platform. And I feel like because I was in a desperate situation then, and now a few weeks on, I'm out of that. But basically, I've gone from desperation to dedication, and I shared it with people. I was able to pay my rent on time, and I've been consistent since then. I've always been able to cover my outgoings and anything that we need. You know, it could be, I think I said before, like buying some milk from the shop, or my washing machine broke and I had to replace that. So it's been just comfortable and not having that stress and worry. But to now every day getting up and just absolutely love the platform and sharing it with as many people as I can. And you know, I'm always, every day I'm talking to people all day every day about the platform and helping them have success as well.
Rebecca, how important are the tools, you know, in what you do? Because you've obviously got a very busy lifestyle. You know, you can't be sitting on calls with each individual for hours and hours. How important is it to use the tools and to just, you know, use the system to get you to where you want to be?
Yeah, so that's really important to me, because this is so easy and simple to use and share. And you know, I always direct people to watch video 1 and 2 and get back to me with questions. So that doesn't mean that we're just telling people, oh, watch this, watch this, watch this, but it's important for them to watch that first so they get some understanding of what this is. But yeah, obviously we're here to answer questions, do Zoom calls, freeway calls, and help those people as well. But to use the tools available makes it really easy, and everyone can duplicate that.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. There's two reasons we use the tools. Well, at least two. Number one, it keeps our life simple. It gives a perfect presentation for me every single time, you know, so I can actually be building while I've got the hockey game on mute in the background because the tools are doing the work. But the second thing is, it's a duplication. I can bring someone on board right now, and a half a minute from now, they can do exactly what I do. That is the key. So, you've got some great things happening, Rebecca, some great people. I mean, you're using all the resources. You're reaching out to people all over the world. I mean, you just think globally, don't you? The whole world is available.
Yeah, so I have teams. I've lost count. I think I've got teams in about 30 countries now. So, yeah, I try and connect with as many people as I can from a real variety of places, like basically anywhere.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate you jumping on and sharing here today, Rebecca. You're a big inspiration to the whole company, and we love your success and hearing all about it. You're leading the charge. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
You betcha. Let's stay in the UK. We're going to shoot over to, I think it's Birmingham. I'm not 100% sure. But we've got a guy there who is lighting this up since day one, man. This guy's legendary around the world. He's doing calls every week that we can all plug into. He's there to help us all. He's given us all the resources. Real team player, building a huge team. Colin Simmons, can you come on, share a little bit about what you've got going on?
Hey, my pleasure, John. Happy to talk, happy to share anything I can. For those that don't know me, I have been involved in home-based business for over 30 years. So I have tried lots of different things. Now, I'll sit here and tell you right now that the platform that we have in Impact101 is like nothing I've seen before. Now, what I want to get across to everybody is that you need to act with the tools that we've got. You know, we have the best tools out there, but if you don't use them, they're not worth anything. Okay? If you hear a call over and over, but you don't actually take any action, it doesn't get you anywhere. So it's all about, I want to get this across, it's about action. You decide where you want to go, and then it's action. So what's the action people are saying? Well, you've got to be having conversations with people. In my opinion, the best way to have a conversation is a one-on-one, eyeball to eyeball. But obviously, we're a global business, so you can't do that. So the next way is on a Zoom call like this, where you're having a conversation directly one-on-one with somebody. That's when you will get the best results. After that, it's going to be social media. You're going to want to get to as many people as you can by having a conversation, not by blasting it, in my opinion, on your profile. You want to start a conversation on your profile and then take it personal on Messenger. That's what I would suggest. So what are you going to talk to people about? People all over the globe are looking for ways that they can bring in more money into their house. People all over the globe are struggling. You know, people are looking for something. People, as we keep saying, do you want or need more money than you have now? Who's going to say, no, I don't? They all will want it. And they're going to say, well, what is it? And if they say, no, I'm not interested. In fact, I've had this conversation today with somebody who has done this, and someone said, no, I'm not interested. So that actually is good news. So if somebody says no to you, that's fine. Because then you're not wasting any time trying to convince anybody. Because you don't want to be trying to convince anybody. All you do is keep their name somewhere separate. Then in a month's time, reach out to them again and say, hi, it's Colin again from the UK. How's it going? We haven't spoken for a month. I've had a crazy month. Then they might go, well, tell me more about, oh, I meant to come back to you. So it is about the consistency and persistence. Don't ever give up. That's another thing that I've noticed in lots of different businesses I've been involved in. People will work hard for a week, and then they'll get no results, and then they'll stop, and then they'll try something else. You're going to need to be consistent. You're going to need to think, right, I'm going to give myself a 90-day challenge. We spoke about this months ago, but it's a 90-day challenge. It doesn't matter if you decide, I must have a conversation with one person every day. After 90 days, you spoke to 90 people. You know, so that is a game changer. If you could just do that. What if you spoke wrong and talk to 2 people a day? That's 180 people you've spoken to. Whether they say yes or no, it doesn't matter. You've now got yourself into a habit, a success habit, and that will work for you without a doubt. Now, what else was I going to say? We are team crowdfunding. It's a 2x2 follow me system. So if you find that you're within a team, if you find you're on your own, reach out to everybody on Facebook. We have a group that we are part of a team. There are lots of people that start, then they stop, then someone's left. Well, look, you've got a team. You don't need your sponsor, is what I'm trying to say. If your sponsor's not doing it, find somebody that's active. Find somebody that's doing what you want to do. Find out what they do. Copy their posts, and it'll work for you. Success leaves clues is what I'm trying to say. So just think, as we're a team, you're not on your own. Always reach out. If you're not in the Facebook group, please join our Facebook group. There's tons of information in there, and it is about everything that you do all day long. What else did I want to say? Sponsoring up. You want to think to yourself, who do I know that is successful, not involved in Impact 101? Who do I know that's successful? Reach out to that person and say something like, look, I've seen something that's absolutely incredible. I need your opinion. Okay, because you're asking them because you feel they're more successful than you. You want their opinion. They'll feel good. Now they'll be happy. People love to give their opinions. What you're going to share with them? You're going to share with them the 3-minute video. So you haven't got to be an expert. You say, I want your opinion. You send them the video. It'll be yes or no. If it's no, that's also fine, because then they go onto your list. Then in a month's time, you can reach out to them again and say, look, this is what's happened last month. If they say yes, you're going to send them the second video. And if they want to know more, you're going to introduce them to somebody that is successful. Yeah, and then that's the way you will build. So just think sponsoring up. Speak to people that are maybe more successful than you in other businesses. Don't try to as Jackie said, it is about thinking big. Just think, if you got somebody involved that actually ran with this, how good would you feel? But that isn't going to happen unless you talk to them in the first place. And when you talk to them, we have all the tools to share with them. So you haven't got to be an expert. You could start this from today. Find that person. Who do I know who is successful? I need to talk to them. I need to say, I need your opinion. They'll say, tell me what, my opinion about what? I've got a video. Watch this video. Tell me what you think. That's my major tip for today. What else was I going to say? I've said using the tools. I wanted to bring that up again because the tools we have are incredible, but they are pointless if you don't use them. So honestly, use the tools, use the videos as much as you physically can. They will help you. If you don't share them, nothing will happen. So ask yourself, over last week, how many times did I share the 3-minute video with people around the globe? If you didn't share it with anybody, has your own business grown? Probably not. So the point is, what are you going to do next week? What are you going to do next month? Planning ahead is what we do. This is the sort of thing that I guarantee you, everybody on here will tell you, it is about consistency. There is an image you'll find on Facebook of a guy that's drilling for diamonds, and one of them stops just before he gets the diamond. It's the same thing. You don't know who you're going to meet tomorrow. But if you stop trying, then nothing will happen. That's really the point I want to get across today. It's about consistency and being persistent. And also remember, you're not in a race with anybody else. You're running your own course. So don't beat yourself up if you don't get results today. Just look at the bigger picture, plan longer term, 90-day challenge. All right, John, I think that'll do.
That's awesome. Awesome, Colin. I mean, we can see why you're leading such a worldwide charge with this. So many good tips there. I can tell you guys, in 25 years, full-time in the relationship marketing arena, what you just got from Colin was absolute gold if you apply that. It can take you 10 years to learn that on your own or more, and he just gave it all to you. Just sort, take action, reach out to everybody. Get crazy. Rebecca, maybe we can just get you to mute yours. We're getting a little bit of feedback there from you. So excellent. Thanks for sharing, Colin. For our last speaker, we're going to stay in the UK. Another great lady that is tearing it up over there. Another gal with the global team. There's a theme here today, guys. It's simple enough to do. You follow what they're showing you. You can have a global team too. Mel Baxter-Smith, could you come on, share with us a little bit how you're blowing this up globally and how you're making it all happen?
Yes, sure, John. Hello. You can hear me okay?
You betcha.
Good, good. Many thanks, first of all, for inviting me on the call today. I just hope that some of my snippets of information will be beneficial for everybody. So very briefly, just a little bit about myself. I do have a job. I work part-time. I'm actually a gardener, which keeps me really busy, outdoors a lot, especially this time of the year over here with summer sort of fast approaching. But when I am out, it actually gives me time to gather my thoughts. I find gardening very, very therapeutic. And I think about Impact101, and it helps me to plan my actions. And when I am finished for the day, I'm always ready to get stuck in to things when I get home. I'm eager to check my emails, check messages, WhatsApp. So as I said, gardening is hard work, but it's also very, very therapeutic. So I do love doing it. So my time is very, very precious. And going back to when I started in January, when I had a call from my sponsor, Duncan Wood, about Impact101, I could actually see the potential immediately, because in the past I've been and still am involved in fundraising with a very dear friend of mine and colleague in Nepal. I helped to raise funds for the school kids in Nepal with him, so he can actually build new schools in the outer regions of Nepal. So he does this so the kids can actually have a better education. So I saw myself as Impact101 as a brilliant opportunity to actually carry on my fundraising activities. So laying the foundations for success with Impact101. I think it's important to know where we're going, why we're doing this, what motivates us to action, and what our goals are, both short and long term. In the earlier days of networking, I've been in referral marketing or relationship marketing for a number of years now, probably for over 20, 25 years. I was always taught to promote impending events. Now, meaning always let your team and prospects know about future events, always keep one step ahead. Email out future webinars, Zoom calls, any snippets of information. So communication really is key. Let everybody know what's happening. Keeping in contact and keeping everyone updated about events, as I said, really is so important. It's key because, you know, we're all working away at home on our own and wondering what's happening. So, you know, a little email to pop through, a little text message or WhatsApp, you know, just to say, hi, don't forget the webinar today, just thought I'd contact you. And I think it's also helpful. And also with prospects, after you've contacted prospect, ask if they have any questions, again, because keeping in touch with a prospect is very, very important. Because the timing might not be right for them when you contact them. We've all got things going on in our lives. And just very polite, just say to them, look, do you mind if I keep you updated with what's happening with Impact101? And most people, to be honest with you, say yes. So always be polite. The tools I use, well, I use all the tools. We've got excellent videos on our website. I use our mobile landing page. I've actually got a campaign going at the moment, and I'm promoting, obviously, my fundraising for the kids in Nepal, and I've actually put a picture up there as well. So when people go to the mobile landing page, they can see my campaign. The other tools I use are, I do LinkedIn ads, Facebook. I try and find as many social media sites as I can. And I use, obviously, as much as I possibly can. And also, I think that very, very short message, which is in our back office, is really, really very, very powerful. And I do use that short message a lot. And I'm sure you all know it because John's mentioned it many times, but could you use some more money? The reason I ask is I found something really, really special that's working very well for a lot of people. I don't know whether it's for you or not, but if I sent it over to you, would you mind just having a quick look? Just a simple question, which is very, very good. Then, when they come back to you, direct them to the videos, both direct them to either your mobile landing page or your webinar, and just let them have a look. So, I suppose on closing, my key points are be consistent. I know we've talked about a lot today. Colin's mentioned it, and many of us have mentioned that as well. Promoting pending events. That's one of my really important ones. Keep ahead, let everybody know what's going on. Contacts, even the sponsor. I try and keep my sponsor in the know as well, so he knows what I'm up to, what I'm doing. Tell stories, paint pictures. As I said before, people love to hear the story. Paint pictures, send pictures of images. Be committed, lead by example. Always be polite. I think that counts a lot because I do believe that people buy people first. Keep smiling. A smile goes a long way. And keep in touch with your prospects and your team at all times. So that's my bit of information for today, John. I hope everybody found that useful. Back to you. Thank you.
That is awesome, Mal. We appreciate that. Great words of advice from someone who's making it happen. You know, great job by all of our speakers here today. I mean, we just break this down. We're real people that are making this happen. We break this down in a way that everybody can do it. You take the nuggets you learned here today, you can have some amazing things happen in your team and in your platform. So we're just going to go ahead and wrap up the call. Frank, if you want, we'll talk about the 90-day blitz here for a second. We learned a long time ago, if you want to do something significant, it's way easier to build fast than it is to build slow. The reason is if you get into a fast build mode, you get in a rhythm, you get in a routine where everything's a habit. It becomes the easiest thing you've ever done because you're not running hot and cold. You're not doing stops and starts. You're just focused. You're getting done every day what you need to do. And when you get in a 90-day blitz mode, you can take your business and your platform and your team ahead, miles ahead of what it might take you 10 years to get there. So you want to jump into your back office system for success and click on the 90-day blitz. Make your decision. How many people are you going to contact every day? You stick to it. You teach that to your team. You be accountable to each other, and amazing things will happen. They'll take you to where you want to get to. The other thing I want to mention, we do 2 big calls every week on Tuesday and also on Wednesday. We've got people now on our team in 145 different countries, every time zone you can imagine around the world. So we do 2 live calls a week to try to accommodate everybody. Frank comes on, sometimes Hans. We've got all kinds of updates, announcements. There's lots of developments happening on a weekly basis. You hear from people like you heard here today. So you want to make sure you're on these calls. You can see the schedule there. It's also in your back office, you know, under the blue videos button, our system for success, our webinar schedule. Plug into these. This is how you plug into the community with the like-minded people, and this is how you end up on one of these calls sharing everything you're doing because your team is exploding. So with that, we'd like to wish all the mothers in North America a happy Mother's Day this weekend. I think it's also in Australia. I'm not sure. Who knows? It's hard to keep track of. But we hope everyone has an awesome weekend. Let's keep it simple. Let's go out there. Let's have a bunch of fun. Let's impact some people. Let's think big, like Jackie said, and let's just make this thing happen. Massive action always gets massive results. That is true math, as true as it ever gets. So have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. We're here to help. Thanks to all our speakers. Have a good one.